motion of today is clearly stated on the board, which is learners should be allowed to choose their own leaders. I am opposing the motion with the following views. Before I go far with my views, let me explain the keywords. Learner is a person who is learning a subject or a skill. Allow is to let someone have or do something. Choose is to pick out someone or something as being the best or most suitable of two or more alternatives. Leader is a person who leads or commands a group, organization, or country.
If people choose a bad behaved person, that means that person will not help the school because he or she is playful. The next year, that person will not be chosen, and that helps people to understand what is good and what is bad. Lastly, I would like to conclude by saying that if you plant a tree and you do not give what is necessary for them, like watering, that plant will not grow, and pupils are like that. If they do not exercise democracy, they lack one type of knowledge.
A learner can choose their leaders because it helps them to understand the importance of a leader in the future.
Learners will often choose their friends to become a leader, although they can't lead very well themselves. That's why we should leave it up to teachers because they know more about the learner's ability.
Solve misunderstanding between a teacher and a learner. If learners are not allowed to choose their own leaders and a teacher chooses for them one of the learners to be a leader, some of the learners will think that that teacher hates them. So to solve that misunderstanding, learners should be allowed to choose their own leaders.
Pupils are voting for their leaders. They often vote for their friends instead of choosing the person who can best fit the position.
If learners are not allowed to choose their own leaders, they can choose incumbents and ones who are not capable of leading.
It shapes the learners into future leaders who can address problems and looking for a position situation. It helps learners choose the leader they want from themselves. It improves discipline because it makes learners to encourage their behavior in bad to be chosen by followers.
When it comes to learning in groups, students may pick up information better. They are allowed to choose their own group leader. The study compared 3 ways of organizing study groups and assigning students leaders to them. Actually, it's not a teacher who knows the students better. It's a student who knows the students.
Corruption and bribery. If learners are allowed to choose their leaders in school, the learners will bring chocolates and different types of bribery to different types of the school, and which will break and which disrupt the and bring conflicts in the school. Thank you all very much for listening.